Rewinders, we are going on our very first thrift hunt. Let's do it. Alright, Rewinders, we are outside of the Salvation Army, and we're going to see if we can find some VHS tapes. Let's check it out.
So on first look here, we don't have much going on. Some standards, Dirty Dancing, Indiana Jones, Braveheart, the type of things you see all the time. So I'm looking for very specific things on VHS. I'm pretty picky with what I like to buy. Oh, here's something different. Murder Ahoy! That looks stupid. True Lies. Never heard of that one, so wanted to check that out, but that's some old-timey type of stuff. Christian Slater in a romantic comedy. Addams Family. Some good stuff, but nothing that I really need so far, so I'm looking through here. Speed, The Mummy. Here I see something that I'm not familiar with. I didn't end up checking out the trailer for this movie, but I do love her. And it looks like it could be good, and at first I thought that guy's face was mutilated, but it's just her hand in front of it. A mutilated face will get an instant buy from me almost all the time. Speaking of mutilations, I saw the seventh sign with Demi Moore in. It had a creepy guy on the back. Yep, didn't buy that one. And Private Benjamin, this is a good one with Goldie Hawn. Not the type of thing I would want to own on VHS, but good movie nonetheless. Then I popped over here and saw a couple things. Dark Journey. Not my style. And then China Girl, it's a Vestron video. Not familiar with this one. I didn't end up picking it up because I wasn't sure quite what it was. But it looked promising, so one to think about for the future. Some old Vietnam movies. And then you've got this one here, which I actually already have, but this is awesome. Canon. And of course, when you look at it, oh, it's the third one, so it's not even the right movie. So that's a no-go for me. Video Treasures. Another old-timey movie. I had a couple of Stallone and Seagal movies here, but I've got most of those by now. And Next of Kin with Swayze. This one I thought about for a minute or two, but not something that I absolutely had to have. And then here I spot something that I've been looking for. Leave It to Beaver. With old Shooter McGavin there as the father.
On my way. You'll pay. Listen to what I say.
This was one of my favorite 90s movies. And I'm very excited to check this out. Look at this kid. He's looking at Shooter. And check out this showstopper.
It's Grandma Joni, and she's gonna fuck you up with her hair. It's the 80s.
And now we're looking through some books here. I found some cool Star Wars books, but it was pretty beat up. I would have liked to have checked this out because I like the idea that it's multiple stories from different angles in Mos Eisley Cantina. But it was a bit too chewed up for my tastes, so we left it behind. And then this made me laugh. This reminded me of the scene from Rookie of the Year with Daniel Stern, where he's talking about hot ice.
You see, after the game, a lot of guys like to ice up their arm. Still other fellas think that heat is the way to go. But I have discovered the secret, Henry. Hot ice. That's right, hot ice. I heat up the ice cubes. It's the best of both worlds.
Alright, so Salvation Army didn't have much that I was interested in, but I did leave with the beeve. So let's go across the street and hit up the DAV and see what's poppin'.
And right off the bat, I find a CBS Fox copy of License to Kill. And as you can see, it stars Timothy Dalton and, of course, one of the bad guys in Goonies and the girl that played Katana in Mortal Kombat. And we're diving into cassette tapes here. I found a couple good ones here I was pretty excited about. Right off the bat, Nelson, After the Rain. I can't live without your love and affection. Good stuff. And some Paula Abdul, some other stuff I don't care about. And what is this? Can't wait to check that out. Looks like it could be a winner. Leather jacket, we'll see.
Alright, so I would say DAV was a success. I got the CBS Fox 007 License to Kill. I also got the Nelson tape and Shooting Star, which I listened to in the store. I pulled it up on YouTube, and holy shit, it is amazing. So definitely check that band out. The song was awesome. It's good old 80s rock. You gotta love it. Alright guys, so I think the hunt is over for today, but we're going to go back home. I'll show you what I picked up, and also what I've acquired in the meantime, too. Well, Rewinders, the thrift hunt was a success. So let's review what we got. First up was Leave It to Beaver. I actually just recently picked this up on DVD, but I really wanted the VHS because that's how I watched it originally. I'm a huge fan of these movies, this, Dennis the Menace, all of the 90s throwback to the old shows type of movies that there are, like the Brady Bunch and all that. I'd like to do an episode dedicated to those types of movies, so maybe keep an eye out for that in the future. And then this one was really exciting to me, License to Kill. I actually just watched these Bond movies here recently, so it was really cool to get into the Timothy Dalton movies, and this is the CBS Fox release, which I love these tapes just because of the presentation. Love that yellow logo there. The CBS Fox ones are just some of my favorites, and you'll see in a moment here why this was exciting to find for me. Got some Nelson, After the Rain. This is just pure cheesy crap, but I love it, so had to have that. And next we have Shooting Star, which totally took me by surprise. I listened to this, pulled it up on YouTube because I saw the one guy's in a leather jacket, so I was like, well, this might be good. So pure 80s rock, so this is just perfect AOR, good stuff if you like that type of thing. Alright, so those were the pickups for today, but now I'm going to show you some things that I got recently here that I thought that you would enjoy. The first one is one of my all-time favorite movies, The Blob. This is the remake, so this is the one from the 80s here. 1988 here, The Blob. And this is just one of the best special effects movies that you're going to find from the 80s. Also has a really good track by a band called Alien, called Brave New Love, that plays over the credits. Plus, you've got to love the old stickers that come on these, you know, that's just kind of part of the charm of it, I guess. I'm into that type of thing. Check out the... That's what I always tell you. But no. lessons. All right, this other one I was very excited to find. I actually found this in the same DAV that I went into today where I found those couple tapes and the Bond tape. But this was a week or two ago, and I had already gotten a copy of this, but I played it, and it turned out my copy was messed up. It wasn't playing correctly, so I was really excited to find another one, and that is Up the Creek. I still haven't watched it through, but you've got to love the old cover art there. And this is supposed to have an awesome soundtrack. It's just a cheesy 80s like sex comedy, so very excited to check that out. Now this is one I have been searching for forever and finally came across a copy on Instagram. So this is Orca, the Killer Whale. Obviously a Jaws ripoff, and you've got to love the horrible, awesome artwork here. Now this one took me by surprise. I actually found this in the DAV the other day as well. So this is a movie starring Nick Nolte, Michael Ironside, and Powers Booth. So those guys might ring a bell for you from some other movies like 48 Hours, and you know, of course, Michael Ironside was in Top Gun as well as many other amazing films. Prom Night 2 he was in as well. And then of course Powers Booth is in a million great things as well. I really loved him in the Van Damme movie Sudden Death. So it was cool to see them all in this movie. But if you look at the front, I mean, check out the artwork. The artwork's awesome. But it leads me to believe it might be a Western. So at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to get this or not. But I watched the trailer for it, and holy crap.
I got a feeling the next time we run into each other, we're going to have a killing.
Termination with extreme prejudice. Anyone could be the enemy.
Tell the FBI to kiss my...
Tell me about it.
I can't talk about it. I gotta do something about it. Nothing is what it seems.
What the hell's military robbing banks in Texas for?
And unless he can stop them,
It's poison.
everything he stands for is at stake.
Very unusual.
What is?
Ordering the termination of an American civilian peace officer, clearly loyal to the country and in the process of bringing a known criminal to justice.
We're gonna do as we're told. Right, Sergeant?
Kill him. Kill him like an animal.
The only thing that ever scared the hell out of me, Cash, was myself.
We are space age high tech, and we get caught by some stone age cowboy.
Nick Nolte. Extreme prejudice.
That changed my mind, and I picked this up immediately. So I think I'm going to love this, and I'm very excited to see it. All right, and then the reason why I was so excited to find License to Kill on VHS CBS Fox release was because just the other day I came across The Living Daylights with Timothy Dalton. So I love this CBS Fox because it's got the little hi-fi stereo there. And you see, this is how they typically look. So many good movies were on CBS Fox, you know, Predator, Commando, a bunch of the Arnold movies, a lot of the 007 movies. So I'm looking for A View to a Kill. So if you see it out there, send it my way. But looking for A View to a Kill, the CBS Fox release, because the artwork for it is awesome. And you've got to love Christopher Walken as Max Zorin.
So, does anybody else want to drop out?
All right, so that's all we have for our very first thrift hunt. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click like. Feel free to leave a comment in the comments. What are you looking for? What are the tapes that you're on the lookout for? Do you like to look for records, video games? I'm into all that stuff, so I'd love to hear about it. And if you like content like this, please subscribe because more is going to be coming on the way. Thanks again, and as always, be kind. Rewind.